The hour draws nigh. We got UFC 317, Ilya Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. The week has come. The day's approaching, and I'm getting nervous. Whatever happens, happens. And let's just get to this predictions. Let's just get to this shit. Janata Diniz versus Alvin Hines. Short notice for Alvin Hines. He's stepping in on a week's notice. Something happened with a Tafa. Whatever, moving on. First, I had Tafa winning the original bout between the knees, but now I'm going to be picking knees because I just don't like how short notice this is for Alvin. I liked Alvin's couple fights that I saw previous to this, but Alvin looked fine. I don't see him being great in a week's notice, having to get his body up to fucking par and getting ready. It's too much. But don't be surprised if Alvin just kind of rolls up and knocks his ass out round one. I'm going to go with Janata by decision, but I didn't really anticipate this fight being entertaining. Nico Price versus Jacoby Smith. This is going to be great. Sadly, I like Nico Price. I don't see him having much of a chance in this one. He's great, don't get me wrong. He's a veteran. He's going to be well-rounded everywhere, but he's going to be slow, sluggish compared to Jacoby Smith. He's not going to hit quite as hard. He's going to hit hard, definitely rock Jacoby if he can get a shot off. But Jacoby Smith is going to go in there and fucking get that shit out of here round one. Tough. Very sad to see this one. Going to be entertaining no matter what. I think, what is this? He's on a 10-fight win streak since late 2021, with 8 of them being KO, TKO. You're going to go Jacoby Smith on this one, guys. Come on. This is not even, I don't even want to think about Nico Price getting his ass fucked up on this one. But yeah, I'm going to say specifically round 3 KO for Jacoby, because I think Nico Price is going to have a chin on him, and he's going to show some struggle. Maybe he's going to even win a round, maybe, but Jacoby Smith. Terrence McKinney versus Vyacheslav Borshchev. You know what I mean. Borshchev. Now, McKinney has a rocky career, but he is not going to a decision on this one. Whereas Borshchev can go to a decision every now and then, loses a couple fights, wins. He's kind of hit or miss sometimes. Terrence McKinney ain't really going to play that game. I think that Borshchev gets rocked too much. He gets wavered. He's not first. He's great overall, and he puts up a good fight, but he's putting up a good fight rather than bringing an amazing fight. And Terrence McKinney's going to bring an amazing fight to Borshchev. Borshchev's going to have to respond, and that's going to be entertaining in and of itself. But unless he's able to knock out McKinney, who does get knocked out, I don't see him taking this fight for a decision. I think Terrence is going to be finding that fucking finish throughout the entire 3 rounds. I'm going Terrence McKinney by round, I want to say round 1 KO, because if he doesn't get Borshchev out of there round 1, it's going to be tough to get him out of there by the end. But if it doesn't happen round 1, expect it to happen later on, but I'm expecting round. Viviane Araujo versus Tracy Cortez. I went Viviane on this one. I'm just anticipating that Viviane's going to be able to have more responsiveness. Tracy Cortez is going to be kind of fighting the same fight she will always fight. Walk forward, try to stand and bang. Maybe have a little bit of clinch work, a little bit of something. But for the most part, she's going to try to stand and fight. I feel like Viviane is just going to be able to be responding to everything that Tracy does. And then Tracy's going to be trying to do something different. Viviane's just going to respond to that. It's going to be a decision. Hopefully it's an entertaining fight. Not putting too much energy into this one. We're going to move on past it. Hyder Amil versus Jose Miguel Delgado. This is going to be a great fight. They're both undefeated within the UFC itself. Both similar in that they're strikers. Pretty well-rounded, but largely they're striking what's the most impressive thing. Brutal. This is going to be a brutal, bloody battle, and because of that, I'm absolutely picking Hyder Amil. I think Hyder Amil is going to be tanky this fight, which he needs to be. He's going to be eating a lot of shots from Miguel, but luckily Hyder has an amazing chin. He also has power, close-up, and puts on pressure and combinations. Jose's going to be able to probably move past a couple of them, get past round 1, maybe even 2, but the knockout is coming on round 3. The violence is going to fucking ensue if it gets to the 3rd round. I actually hope Hyder loses the first 2, so we get a fucking battle in the round 3. This is going to be an amazing fight. When you get to some of the other fights that are kind of not the main card, you see a lot of good shit. This is one of those golden gooses on this fucking card. I'm excited as hell. If Jose's striking is just that good, he's going to be looking amazing because he needs that amazing striking to handle Hyder Amil. Good luck. I expect Hyder Amil to find that knockout blow. Jose, if you find that shit and is able to fucking put on that dance and fucking evade, be that butterfly, beautiful, beautiful. I look forward to it. Jack Hermansson versus Gregory Rodrigues. I like Hermansson. His last 3 losses were to Delize, Strickland, Vettori, but his last 3 wins were Pfeiffer, Curtis, Shabazian. That's not bad. But I'm going to be going with Rodrigues on this one. I went against Rodrigues against the Jared Cannonier fight because I just knew Jared Cannonier would be able to rally at some point, figure it out, and just get him out of there within the first couple. Maybe not the first couple. I don't remember exactly what I said about that right now. But right now, I just figure Gregory Rodrigues' pressure and power in the first 2 rounds is actually going to be enough to just knock out Jack Hermansson. I'm going to be anticipating this to be kind of knocked out and done by 2 or 3. I'm picking 2 if I were to pick anything, if I were to pick a round. I don't see Jack Hermansson being able to withstand the violent onslaught that RoboCop likes to put on in the first round. So once that happens, it's going to be kind of be over. So I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be fun. Peyton Talbott versus Felipe Lima. This one had me a bit flummoxed. I don't know how to exactly feel about Peyton Talbott because when I watched the Raoni Barcelos fight again, while obviously Raoni brought an amazing fight to Peyton, and he's the one that fucking brought that spirit and just overwhelmed Peyton. Peyton, like, didn't show much skill in grappling other than a couple of reversals, a couple of really imaginative shit, but nothing that showed he can stand, but that he can stand his ground and not get taken down. He was getting taken down left and right. To me, that's a horrible image because if you can sure get back up, but you're just going down again and again and again. I don't think that Felipe Lima has that kind of problem and that he's a bit more well-rounded. However, Peyton Talbott's striking is still unique. It's still difficult for people to fucking wrap their heads around. And I actually don't think that Felipe is going to be able to figure out the striking if he just tries to keep it there. Peyton's going to put up a great fight against the cage this time around. He's going to be improved since last time. I'm confident in that. But Felipe is also a prospect right now. He is on the upward track, and he needs to be careful with how he's playing it, and he needs to make sure he just follows his coaches. It's going to be a close fight, but I'm picking Felipe Lima to just win the decision. It's going to be tough. Maybe it's probably going to be 1-1 going into the third. Someone's going to have to just edge out a round, and I just think Felipe is going to be able to find out ways to look more dominant, hold Peyton against the cage more, have him in just an uncomfortable hold that Peyton might get out of, but then just put him back on his ass again, or just shock him with some sort of body kick. I think Felipe has a lot of opportunities here. Peyton needs to prove that he has a lot in his mind coming into this fight, basically. He doesn't have to prove anything, but mentally he has to get over a lot of different hurdles. I just think Felipe's not going to have as many issues. Going to go Felipe, decision. Another great fight, though. Another fantastic fight. Super glad this is added late notice. Yeah, super awesome. Nice. We have Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano, man. Big money Moicano. I'm going to be rooting for Moicano. I think I had him in the first time out too, but I honestly, I'm nervous on this one more than the previous assigned fight. I don't know how to say that. I'm more nervous this time around for this fight than I was at 311. Too much time for Beneil to cook. Renato showed holes against Islam. Not holes, but it's never good to come off of a loss right as you're about to find another guy. I don't know. It shows something that like, oh, this is what Islam did. Let's focus on the grappling maybe and really try to get him in another situation that's similar. I don't know. I'm rooting for Moicano no matter what, though, because if the Beneil Dariush that I'm expecting that was going to throw up at a 311 shows up for this one, Renato should be able to get some brutal ground and pound going, probably get some back and forth going with Beneil. It's going to be a very close fight. I want to say round 2 TKO, but I want to say decision for Renato on this one. Maybe even split. This might be a tight fight. Renato, decision. That's my bank. Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. Fuck, man. Whew. All right, I'm hyped up on Joshua Van. I like Joshua Van's style. I've been rooting for him every single one of these fights. But for fuck's sake, this one I got to go against him on. Brandon Royval is too high class. He's the #1 contender. Looked amazing in his last outing. I think he got like a unanimous decision, almost cleared every single round, just fucking putting the beat down. And he's getting ready for Manel Kape, who's going to be 10 times better than his last opponent. I don't see this working out for Joshua Van in the slightest, even though he got that beautiful boxing. The beautiful boxing, don't get me wrong, he is so impressive right now, but he needs more time to cook to become that prized fighter that he can be eventually. Right now, it's still too early. He hasn't even been really taken to deep waters by really. I mean, he has. Obviously, he has with the Charles Johnson. You guys know that, but this is a different level of competition. This is a different level of skill. This is a level of everything. So picking Brandon Royval, sadly, he could knock him out like first round. Again, this is just such a quick turnaround. I don't see this being well for Joshua Van at all. If he's able to pull this off, I'm never going to go against Joshua Van in my entire life ever again, even if he goes on a 3-loss losing streak. That would be career-defining moment of his entire life if he pulls off this victory. I'm going to go Brandon Royval by decision. Sadly, yeah. I mean, Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. Banger fight. This is one of those ones, man. I'm going Pantoja. If you don't, you're kind of a fool. But I understand it if you like Kai Kara France that much and really believe in the knockout power. I believe in the knockout power, but I way have bigger belief in Pantoja's chin. I don't know. Pantoja has just shown that he has a shovel of a chin. Something about his chin is unique, more than others. I gotta say, he eats shots left and right like his chin is granite, steel, fucking Durasteel, vibranium, adamantium. It's shocking to me how many shots he's taken that he just walked through. Those knees that fucking what's his name? Not Kai Kara France. Kaya Sakura threw at him. Jesus Christ, man. Some of those are nasty. Pantoja is a dog. I barely have to really read this. Pantoja is everything you need in a fighter right now. He's solid on the gas tank. It could be better, but with age, I think that's only fair. But he's still solid and can bang and run with the rest of the division. Striking's clean and amazing. He's always cooked through the grappling and is powerful, aggressive, dominant every time he's in the clinch work. It's always someone else having to respond to Pantoja and Pantoja being the first to everything. That's what makes him such an amazing champion to me, is that every time I've seen him fight, the motherfucker never walks back. He's always coming. You can call him a zombie. They call him the cannibal, but to me, he's a zombie. He just comes forward and will not stop. Eat, throw, grab, toss, eat. But everything that happens, it happens forward. But that adds to Kai Kara France's chances. All of that adds to Kai Kara France's chances. If he's able to add volume to the amount of punches he can land to Pantoja, Pantoja could be going to sleep within the third. I don't even think that's going to happen, though. I just think that Pantoja is going to have so much groundwork applied to Kai Kara France. He's going to hold him against the cage. He's going to just throw him around. Even though Kai Kara France is going to be able to get up for a lot of those exchanges, Pantoja is going to be relentlessly, constantly grappling and trying to go for some sort of submission that Kai Kara France is not going to be able to get the shots he wants landed off. This actually probably just going to be a decision, but Pantoja for that decision. Absolutely, 100%. If you're going Kai Kara France, I kind of think you should go probably second or third round, but I'm going Pantoja 100%. 1,000%. And I like Kai Kara France. I'm excited to see his next fight. Pretty much locked in for Pantoja, though. No doubt in my fucking mind or heart on that one. No fucking no problem. Now, we have the final fight of the evening. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Even just saying both of those fucking names going against each other right now feel fucking fantastic. Now, I don't know if this is going to show in the video, but you can see here first I had Charles, and then a day passed, and then I had Ilia. That day, those couple of days, man, it was everything for me. It's just that I want to believe that the weight difference is going to be a big difference. I want to believe that Charles has that chin, that he has that jiu-jitsu, that is going to outskill Topuria and all that, but I don't think he does, sadly. I just think that Topuria has everything he needs and more. He's at a level right now that I don't think the old guard are going to be able to adapt to this right now. I think the next coming generation and the generation that Topuria is on is going to be able to have so many answers to the kind of fighter that Topuria is. But for Charles, he's going to fight his fight, come forward, and if he eats any of these shots, done. Laid out in the first. I don't like it. I don't like it, but it's just like it's cold, emotionless reality accepting at this point. And that's the couple of days I needed from writing with Charles. Charles, I really was writing with hope. I want to believe. I want to just fucking be able to have that cope really warp my reality to allow that to be what I believe, but it's not what I believe. I can't help but believe and like almost believe for a fact that Topuria is going to knock out Charles within the first round. Maybe I'm just a broken record. Maybe you've heard this 1,000 times from other different places, but that's what it is. It is what it is, right? That's kind of just it. It is what it is. You have Topuria. It is what it is. So let's see what happens Saturday night. Hopefully I'm wrong. For Charles to win, it's going to be within the clinch work, being first, putting Topuria on the back foot. And he probably didn't be able to do that within the first round. But once Topuria just finds that rhythm and just remains composed and gets and just has his patience and maintains that confidence, maybe not the first round KO, but second. Man, like once he gets that fucking rhythm going and he gets that step, it's over. That stalking step, when he finds that rhythm, it's done. Donezo. So that's it. That's the fight. Let's see what happens, guys. I'm very excited. I got some good energy as I was doing this one. I'm looking forward to it. There's actually a ton of great fights, a ton of interesting fights, anyways. Some actually ones that are competitive finally, after compared to a couple of these past few weeks. Some of them were just way off. But yeah, let's see this happen. And again, I gotta say this: you gotta root for Joshua Van. I know who I'm picking, but you root for Joshua Van. God damn it! That's all I gotta say. Goodbye.